Three guys, 5 feet apart.
Alrighty, welcome back to a very special episode. Stop it. Of Three Guys, 5 Feet Apart. This episode is extra special.
We're special, all right. Thank God it wasn't me.
Because it is just Alex and I this time. I know you.
Technically, Jonah's on the couch asleep.
Jonah fell asleep on the couch because we were keeping him up. He can possibly.
And it was only like 8:30 when he fell asleep.
Yeah. I was teaching Alex how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Alex, what do you think of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now?
I still think it's I don't know. I'm not like super into it, but I think that I could be.
All
I
right.
think I'll play it now, but I don't think I'd be so interested that I'd buy my own decks.
But we've convinced you to like at least try it with us,
Right?
And get involved. And if I lend you a deck, you'll go to a tournament with us.
Sure.
And play against all the weird fat guys that have like spent hundreds of dollars.
Which that's what they are. Like, we're not being judgmental. That's them. That's
I told Chris this. I was like, because Chris and I were talking about going to a tournament, and I'm like, we're gonna lose, but it'd still be fun to go to. And I was like, but he's like, yeah, we're gonna lose to guys that like spent thousands of dollars on specific kinds of meta decks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, but think about this, dude. What's going to happen to you after the tournament? We're going to go out and get something to eat, and then we're going to go hang out together, and then you're going to go home to your wife and kid. That dude's going to go home to his parents' house, and that's like him beating you is going to be like the highlight of his month.
Of his life.
It's just like, so in the end, he beat you in a card game, but you actually have other stuff going on in your life. And that is not to say that all these guys are the same. They're all just stereotypes. But I when I first went to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, I went in there with an open mind that they wouldn't all be the stereotypical like fat guys and fedoras with their butt cracks hanging out. And I am sad to say that is 100% what I saw.
Yeah. Are we a stereotype of any kind?
Maybe we're like the like white frat guy stereotype a little bit.
But we're like getting into that nerdy like game board.
But like all of us, I mean, we're no strange. I'm not gonna say we're all like super big and buff, but we're no strangers to the gym.
Yeah, I
think we are all in pretty decent shape. Some of us are a little bulkier than others. I'm not trying to point fingers or name names.
He never listens to this anyways. So.
Yeah, I was talking about you.
Damn.
No, but I don't think we very cleanly fit into any stereotype.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a nerdy white guy stereotype, but I think we also do like enough active stuff, we're social enough that we don't even fully fall into that stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking about stealing trees today.
Yeah, we were Christmas tree shopping for Alex and Jonah's apartment, and we were getting desperate for a while there, and Alex, like every time he saw a pine tree, was like, we could just come back at night and steal it.
Just cut it down from a store side or whatever, storefront.
Yeah.
You know?
And then what did we see on the way back from getting pizza, Alex?
Oh, yeah, we saw a tree farm like a mile down from my house.
Yeah, super close. And we felt like idiots.
Yeah, and we ended up with this little... we love this tree now, but a very tiny tree full of this white glaze that's supposed to look like snow, but it doesn't.
It sticks together. It's disgusting. It's like a white foamy stuff.
It'll definitely be a tree to remember, that's for sure.
Hey, it's your first like 100% you Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So we need to... We're having two people is making this podcast way more difficult because it's all on us now.
It's not that difficult.
It's pretty difficult.
I'm not having a hard time. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm doing all the talking.
What are you talking? I've been talking too.
Same one thing you said.
I'm talking about the trees.
I'm just messing.
And I brought up us being a stereotype.
Yeah, I think that's a good conversation. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. I know people are like, we're really past stereotypes. No, we're not. We are past the point of assuming off people. But at a certain point, if you get to know someone, you can kind of point out like, dang, that guy's like that stereotype 100%.
Totally.
And they exist. And the reason why they exist is just because enough of a group of people will fit that description. That's why they exist. I think people treat stereotypes as like a negative thing, but I don't consider them expressly negative.
I mean, I don't know. I find myself most of the time pointing out stereotypes in a negative way.
I mean, yeah, you have like the Karen stereotype.
Yeah.
And I think that one's definitely a negative one. But I guess there's other ones. I know people are always like, well, Asians are good at math. And I know that's a stereotype, but at the same time, it's like, that's not even that. It's just like, it's a good thing, right? Like you're saying you have a good skill.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you know an Asian guy that just happens to be good at math, I mean, that's a stereotype. And it's not a bad thing. I think people nowadays like see things as like strictly bad, when in all reality it's just the reality of the situation. I was watching this I was watching this like video, I think it was on Instagram, where it was like, don't mess with the cord.
Just touching
it was like, find the white person basically in a group, and these people were like gathered in a room, and they were asking questions to each like sort of one person was like asking questions to each sort of contestant to find out who was white. All the people walked in, and me as the viewer, I was watching, I was like, all those people are white. They are all white. I'm like, I don't get what this game is, because all these people that just walked in are white. But then they were like, well, no, I'm 1/16 Native American, or oh, my mother was Jewish, or no, I'm actually Italian. It's just all white. Those are all just variations of white. You're still white.
Yeah.
And they're treating it's like, that's not a bad thing. Why are you like it's your race? It's something you don't control that you're born in. It's not like
I don't get it.
But like people are like treating white like it's, oh, this is the worst thing you can be. It's like, oh, who's the hidden white? Well, now people are like, I don't identify as white. It doesn't matter, bro. If you put on that sunscreen, you're white. You know, it's nowhere else other than I've never met these people in real life, and I mean that in terms of like, I've never met people that are like the super woke sort of crowd in my entire life. I went to a very liberal college, and even then I never interacted with anyone. There was like 2 people I remember that fit that description, but I've never like everyone else I interacted with was just like a normal person. We never really discussed race. It was a very diverse group of people. We had Korean exchange students.
Yeah, I mean,
I hung out with a guy that grew up in Columbus. I hung out with a guy that grew up around country clubs. I had this really cool, diverse group of friends, and we never once were like, look at that white person, or look at that other race person. The only people I've ever met that were like super woke is I got to the radio station one day, and I've told you this story before. I don't think I've told it on the podcast though. And we were talking about like, oh, what are we going to get for lunch? And someone was like, oh, let's get Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. Because it was a Chick-fil-A like 5 minutes from campus.
Yeah.
And this one girl in the radio station's just like, don't you know that Chick-fil-A is racist and homophobic? And after she was done with her little rant, I was like, yeah, but they got like really good chicken sandwiches. So I'm going to...
They're not really racist or homophobic. They are Christian founded. And they don't believe in that.
But it's not like each employee is gonna like.
And they probably have like gay employees and whatever, and they're not like.
Yeah,
we hate you, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
they're just standing up for their beliefs.
They just decide to share a belief. Nowadays, that's kind of a double-edged sword. If you want to share your beliefs, I don't try to share too many personal beliefs on the podcast. Yeah. I've talked about being a moderate, and I joked about how everyone hates me because of it.
Right.
In terms of like political conversations, but like that was the only other person. The other person that I didn't meet, but it was in a Spanish class, and we were partnering up to like go over different names of animals in Spanish. I was terrible at Spanish. I still am.
I don't think any of us caught on to that very well.
I was talking to my partner in my row, and the row behind us had 2 other people that were partnering up, and one of the words was zebra. And the guy, so like the whole thing was like, you say the animal's name in English, and your partner's supposed to say it in Spanish.
Isn't
and the
zebra
guy was
in Spanish?
Well, he said zebra and the girl's supposed to say it in Spanish, but the girl got really offended. She was like, it's pronounced zebra. And he's like, what? And she's just like, there are no zebras in America, so we don't get to name them. You have to pronounce it the same way they're named in Africa, which is zebra. And all I remember like sitting there was like, isn't that just zebra with like an African accent?
Yeah,
I'm like, wouldn't that just make sense? Like, would you get mad at like a British person for saying words like in a
how would they
British
say?
accent?
Zebra.
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 A zebra. It's just like, no, it's pronounced zebra. And then like some African guy's like, no, it's pronounced zebra. It's
right,
just,
yeah.
Like, it's just how you would pronounce it in that tone.
That's a pretty good African accent.
Thanks, man. There's a guy at my church that has that accent. He's awesome. He says Father God like every time he's praying. Like he says like a million times.
Really?
He's like
one of those guys after
he's
every
like,
word.
hello, Father God. We thank you, Father God, for the many blessings you have given us, Father God.
That's kind of
I love it, quite frankly. Like I love it because every time he gets up to pray to like close out the service, I'm just like, he's gonna say it like 15 times. It's gonna be awesome.
Talking about beliefs and stuff being a double-edged sword. I watched a movie last night, and they were interviewing these kids and like asking them about the future and what they think it holds and all this stuff. And one kid said that he was scared because it's just crazy right now, because in this day and age we have the means to like more means than we've ever had to say whatever we want and however we feel, but at the same time it's the hardest time to say whatever you want because everything you say can be used against you.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to have your own opinions or your own beliefs.
It's a very interesting topic because of the fact that you really, I wouldn't say you can't have your own opinion, but there's almost like this kind of agreed upon opinion.
There's like this peer pressure. Yeah.
It's like I don't want to get too political, but there's like just certain groups that will jump on people, and the problem is, I think it just is indicative of the mentality of people nowadays, as what I call like the bumper sticker mentality, or like the tweet mentality. You have 140 characters for a tweet, or you have like a little bit of space for a bumper sticker.
Right.
So they summarize their opinion in a way that they have to say things very generally in order to communicate to someone in that short amount of time or in that limited amount of space what their thought process is.
Yeah.
But the problem is most issues cannot be broken down into simply a black and white, one side or the other. They're very complicated, and people will not tolerate that level of discussion anymore. I don't even know if I'm phrasing this correctly, not tolerate, but the issue definitely comes from the fact that people don't want to sit down and have that like one-on-one talk. Like, let me understand your opinion better. I worked with a guy for a while
just
there.
Defensive.
Yeah. At that burrito place I worked at, I worked with a guy for a while, and he'd ask me my opinion on things, and I'd share them. And he would get kind of, I don't know if it was confused or like hostile at first if he didn't agree with me. And then he'd start bringing up examples. And I'm like, well, that's not what my opinion is. He's like, but you just said. I was like, no, what I said was this. I'm like, I didn't, like that we were talking about abortion. I'll bring it up. I'll put myself in the line of fire. Okay. And all I said was, I don't think we should have government-funded abortion, so Planned Parenthood.
Right. Yeah.
My main reason for that is because Margaret Sanger was a horrifying racist who started the organization to kill black people. So
That's
it's not even really about the abortion issue. It's just like, no, I don't want what is arguably the biggest racist organization in America to continue to receive government funding.
Yeah.
You know, I know people will say, well, it's changed from its original inception. If you look at the numbers, no, it hasn't. I think it was in 2016, the CDC reported that out of like 1,000 black pregnancies, they aborted 464 of them.
Wow.
And it was just like, so that's almost half. So there would be double the black people alive today if Planned Parenthood didn't exist. Arguably, there'd be around double.
Right.
Individual circumstances. So I simply said that I don't think it should be government funded. So he was like, so what if like someone still wanted the abortion, so they went through some like unorthodox means? I was like, why don't they just get it done in a clinic? He's like, well, you just said you didn't want, you wanted to make abortion illegal. I said, no, I didn't. I just said it shouldn't be government funded. I don't care what a woman does with her own body past that.
Right.
I just don't think it should be government funded. You know, there are certain government programs that's like, I don't really think that's a good idea.
I just disagree with abortion in general, but that's besides the point. But it kind of brings
that's a negative opinion you can't have anymore.
I can have it. What are they gonna do?
Fight you.
Do it. I dare you. Whoever's listening, I'll fight everyone. Every last one.
Guys, don't worry. You like them.
But that brings me to another topic. Elon Musk just had an interview, and he was saying that if the birth rate continues to drop, that we're not going to have enough people on the planet to keep going. And he said that could happen pretty soon, and I kind of believe him.
It's a genuine issue. I think it goes into what people misunderstand about like how population works. People are like, oh, we're gonna get overpopulated. Well, the size of the planet really kind of makes you realize if you made like one city to have that would house every single human being on Earth, it would be the size of Texas.
Really?
The rest of the world would be just open nature.
Why don't we do that? Like, that'd be kind of cool.
So, in all reality, we're not really at like an overpopulation point. Definitely the consumerism and the pollution that's coming out is making it like that.
Right.
Planets don't have like a certain number they reach where they can no longer sustain the population. Planets have what's called carrying capacity, because as more people are born and created, the more jobs they can fill, so the more work they do, so they kind of pay for themselves in a sort of way. So the more people you have, the more people you have to build roads and infrastructure and space exploration and all that stuff. So Elon, I know people are always talking about overpopulation, but the birth rate declines too much, we'll have the opposite problem.
Right.
We won't have enough people to maintain what we've built, and then we won't have enough people to expand further out. I think they said Earth's carrying capacity is 11 billion.
Wow.
So we're not quite there yet. We're getting up there, but we're not quite there
I always
yet.
heard the overpopulation thing, but I kind of think it's going to go in the opposite way.
The birth rate has definitely declined.
Because our generations just keep caring about having fun and caring about ourselves, and they don't want the responsibilities of having children and all this stuff. And so I think that we're just going to continue to decline.
Hey, you already passed on your genes, so you're good to go.
It's a lot more than just passing it on. It's making
I know.
that they...
That's kind of the animalistic version. Like, animals in nature aren't like too worried about their young. They're just like, I just want to pass on my genes and die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish it was like that sometimes.
Like, as soon as your child's born, you just kind of decay away.
Are you gonna repopulate, Michael?
Am I gonna repopulate? I would like to reproduce at some point. Yes, Alex. I'd like to have kids at some point. First step is you gotta find that special lady.
First step is finding yourself.
Don't shut up, friggin' Jake Paul. I don't care.
What do you mean, Jake Paul?
I don't know. That sounds like some like Jake Paul, Jaden Smith
I just think
pseudo.
that, and I'm just speaking from experience. Before you get in a relationship and have children, you should probably figure your own shit out and be responsible enough to be able to take care of yourself and like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of feel like I have been jumping around on relationships lately.
You have.
And I'm kind of ready to take like a prolonged break.
You say this, but then you always like, it's like a month.
And then I jump right into the next one. I just like to have someone to care about in my life, I guess.
I mean, we all do. It's not fun being lonely, but...
You would know.
Thanks. Yeah.
I gotta roast you a little bit.
We're all a bunch of losers. It's okay.
We are. We're a bunch of board game playing, Yu-Gi-Oh playing.
Especially Jonah.
Jonah's asleep right now.
I was just trying to see if he's gonna hear me or not.
You suck, Jonah.
I love you. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I don't know. Have we said on the podcast yet that he's moved in?
I don't think we actually have.
Yeah, he's my new roommate. So
wait, we might have mentioned it in the last episode, the Friendsgiving episode.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. How long have you guys been living together now? A couple weeks.
Since Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys actually have been. You're kind of an odd combination, but you seem to be working together pretty good.
we'll just do our own thing.
Yeah. But I think that's good. And then in June, when your lease is up, we're all going to get a place together.
Hell yeah.
So we'll have like a podcast house, and we can make like a little backdrop and start recording video with our audio.
Yeah, we're
I'm gonna
gonna
have to like put on a mask or something, because I still try to keep my
That's true.
my face kind
Have
of
you
private.
still done? Has nobody seen your face? I feel like there might have been a picture that somebody.
There might be a picture somewhere, but for the most part, if you just follow us on like the podcast stuff, I have kept my face fairly private. Like I said, I'm not really that hard to find if you look for me, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of it's just going to be kind of my thing, you know, the mystique, kind of like How to Basic.
Okay.
Like, ooh, who's the guy behind the?
Or what's the dude with the knight helmet?
I have no clue.
There's a YouTuber, and he's a part of the Misfits group. They're YouTubers. They're all YouTubers.
Oh,
And
I
he
don't
wears
know.
like a knight's helmet, and he has like a really specific voice.
I'm eating a cookie right now.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, Christmas cookie.
Yeah, we had Christmas cookies, candy canes, hot chocolate.
Yeah, we had a whole Christmassy kind of day, getting your guys' apartment ready for the holiday.
Hell yeah!
What is your favorite Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
Oh damn! Do you have one in mind?
I actually don't think I do either.
Wow.
I mean, there's always just kind of. I don't think I've ever gotten like a big gift for Christmas. You know?
Yeah.
Not one that ever stands out to me. I never was big into video games. I think one year we got a GameCube. That was like the big gift that year.
I was gonna say I got an Xbox one year. Airsoft guns, those were dope.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember my dad like saying that in order for me to have it, he had to shoot me so I know what it felt like. So he took me outside and just lit me up.
Oh my God. How old were you?
I don't know, like 13 or 14. I don't know. I have a favorite Christmas memory though.
Okay, go ahead.
There's one Christmas that like I remember specifically when I was little for some reason that's just always in my head, and it's the only one. But that year we like, looking back at pictures now, it wasn't as big as I thought, but I was small, so we built this like huge snowman that like went to the roof of our house outside, and we had to like use a ladder and stuff, and we like spray painted it, and then we just like made big snowballs everywhere and spray painted them, and it was just a ton of fun. And then I just remember seeing Night at the Museum that Christmas. Like we all decided on Christmas Day to go see Night at the Museum, and we went to like the mall movie theater, and like my dad like did like donuts in the parking lot like forever. And then I think earlier that day too, we went sledding, and me and my dad like hit this thing under the ground that we couldn't see, and we literally flew like so high. Like I don't know if it was just because I was little and everything seemed just like crazy cool, but it seemed like we were like insanely high, just flying through the air, and we slammed like the concrete, and it hurt so bad, but it was like so fun.
That's awesome, dude. I don't know, something about hearing. There's something so pure and innocent about Christmas memories.
That year too, I got my Game Boy. That's one of the big.
There you go.
That they like hid it. They hid the Game Boy and the games like all throughout the house, and we had to like go find them. Me and my brother both got one. And after that year, we literally like brought those Game Boys every car trip that we ever had, every car ride, just anywhere and everywhere. And we just had like my dad got us like camera cases to put like everything in, because like there was enough space to like put all the game cartridges and whatnot, and like the case for the Game Boy. And so yeah,
there's something so pure and innocent about like those Christmas memories.
Yeah. After that though, like
you don't have to share that with the viewers, the listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of memories of Dad building a fire in the fireplace. He had like a train that he'd get out to go around the tree.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember a lot of sleepless Christmas Eves because I was too excited to go to sleep, and would like get everyone up at like 5 a.m. being like, we gotta go open presents.
Yeah. And now we all just like Christmas Day, like I'll stay over the night at my parents' just so that I'm there in the morning. And we all sleep until like 11.
Yeah, now people have to wake me up because I'm just like, I want to keep, it's Christmas, let me sleep in.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you got to open presents so we can go to your grandparents' house.
Don't you just like, Christmas is just a weird thing now. Like you feel like obligated to get presents and you feel weird getting presents from like your family members.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm too old to get presents from my grandparents and like my parents, you know?
I don't feel that way, but
I do. I don't know.
my birthday is always pretty close to Christmas.
I've always just been too poor to like get anybody anything. That's why. So like I
Oh.
never have anything to give to people.
Yeah, I still need to go do a little bit more Christmas shopping.
I do too. I'm gonna
But-
like try to get stuff this year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, Christmas is just like this. It's a very magical time of the year in a lot
It should
of ways.
be, but people like
Like you got your decorations up, and I think that definitely helps. We got our decorations up at home, and
yeah. I just little things matter. Like it's not anything big.
last year, I just remember it was a very pleasant time. We'd have all the Christmas lights up, the Christmas tree up, and I remember like spending evenings like sitting in the living room, and we'd watch like a Christmas movie, and we'd turn out all the lights, so all the light was just coming from like the tree and its lights, and
Yeah.
like a glowing snowman, and just sitting there watching a Christmas movie every night, sipping hot cocoa. It was just like everything felt nice and peaceful, and just like nothing can go wrong. It was just perfect.
I think the part that like you have to have is just being with people.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't matter about anything else. Like as long as you're with people. Because like last year I had Austin's family and did Christmas with them, and that was fun, and I was grateful for that. So and this year I got you guys.
I don't think anyone should spend Christmas alone.
No.
Even the people in jail have their cellmates and stuff.
Yes, that's true.
So, yeah, I'm grateful for all you guys. Definitely, you know, if it wasn't for my, you know, I have my family, but at the same time, you guys are also like my family too.
Aw.
Because we always have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Even Jonah's napping on the couch, he still has our back. Even though he's nope.
He said,
Just shook his head no. He's awake enough. What an asshole.
I feel like I was gonna. Oh, and this December, the biggest
Oh
Marvel
my
movie
God,
of the year
shut
comes
up.
out.
We're having like a nice Christmas conversation.
Sorry,
now
I
you
just-
want to talk about Spider-Man.
It just hit me. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying I'm excited because it's coming out next week.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
And it's gonna be a rough week waiting.
Yeah. I just hope I don't forget my birthday this year. I forgot it a couple of years ago.
No, you did not.
I forgot my own birthday, yeah.
How?
I got called into work like that morning.
Isn't it the 17th?
It's the 16th.
6th.
I got called into work that morning, and I was like, oh, and I completely forgot like it was my birthday. So I got up, got ready, went into work, and spent like the entire day at work. And then I got home, and Mom was like, well, we're sorry you had to go into work early, but there's a cake for you in the kitchen. And I'm just like, why is there a cake for me in the kitchen? She's like, because it's your birthday. And I'm like, it's my birthday? I legit,
Dude, how? Like,
I
I don't-
legit forgot my own birthday one year.
Wow, that's sad.
It's not sad.
That's a little sad. So does your family just give you like combined Christmas and birthday presents?
We never actually did that. I know there's a lot of other people that did that.
Yeah.
But and my birthday is not that far away from Christmas, but we never did that. And I've always been kind of grateful for that. It just made December cooler because I got 2 days of presents.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would ask to like combine and like get one big
I think we
thing.
combined it last year. As you know, as an adult, your birthday is like becomes less and less of like a big special day.
See, I'm the opposite. I love birthdays.
Well, yeah.
Everybody I know is like, oh, I don't care about my birthday. I'm just like, what?
But yeah, that's why I wanted to make your guy, like, we did that combined birthday party for you and Jonah because your birthdays are only like a week apart.
Yeah.
And we did one for Austin. We didn't do one for Chris, but his birthday's coming up in like,
important.
yeah, his birthday's coming up in February. We'll have to like get with Hope and try to figure out a way to Do like a cool birthday party for him. I guess we can make it board game themed.
Take him to a strip club.
Yeah, we'll get with his girlfriend.
We'll just tell her that we're going to I don't know. We're gonna just go have some fun.
We'll all get matching tattoos. If this video gets 5,000 likes, we will all get matching 3 guys 5 feet apart tattoos.
Who in our group do you think, like, so if the hangover happened to us, we all woke up the next morning, who in our group would be the guy with the face tattoo and missing tooth?
Austin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Austin, when he gets drunk, he can't say no to anything.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I might have a missing tooth because I would probably get in a fight.
Yeah, you would. I think I'd be the guy that was in the bathroom going crazy.
Yeah. And Jonah would be the guy that was on the roof the whole time.
Yeah.
That we're trying to find.
Yeah, Austin would definitely have the face tattoo. He can't say no when he's drunk. I don't know what happens, but like when he's drunk, he's just like, you can suggest anything to Austin.
Get him drunk more often. We could make him pay for shit.
He won't pay for stuff. Austin, no matter how drunk he is, Austin's a stingy guy unless he's buying board games. Apparently.
I mean, we all do. We all gave him $20.
I haven't given him any $20 yet. I wasn't there.
I haven't either yet. So I was supposed to next time I see him.
Well, he's leaving town now, so
I'm just gonna forget.
Let's just pay him back.
Let's just forget. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to these episodes either.
Yeah.
Austin, if you're listening, comment below that you want your money.
Who does? Like, I want to know so badly who does listen to this because it's like 12 people.
Yeah.
One of them is you. One of them's me. So who's the 10 people? Like, and do they really listen to it? Or
friends of mine, I think I've shared it with some people that go to my college, and some friends of mine, some people I've contacted through Instagram, because I have some kind of, I network with people a lot on Instagram. I like talk with people about art and comics and stuff. That was horrible. That wasn't even a burp. That was like a weird meow. So we have a, we never this would be cool if it turned into something, but this was always just for fun.
Yeah.
We're actually coming up to a year of doing the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess we are.
So it's kind of like it's our longest ever project we've ever all worked on together.
That's true.
So, I mean,
I know that it, with Chris and Austin, it's kind of died with them. They don't care about it as much.
Yeah, they don't really, they're not as into it.
And it's hard to like do it without everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to do more of my drawing videos actually.
Yeah. Where
I like narrate what I'm drawing. So,
see, I like talking about more serious stuff, and you don't.
Yeah, we had a bit of it. This was a kind of a
we did this
episode.
Time. I was kind of surprised that you let me do that, but
yeah, I wanted to get, since I figured it was just the two of us, I thought we'd have like more of like an NPR style conversation.
Yeah, I was
like
feeling
get like really deep
and
stuff. Yeah, see, and we can have a little bit of humor in it too. I like this.
If you watched more movies like I did, we could like review movies.
Yeah, or we could not. You could shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I enjoy having these deeper conversations for some episodes, because I feel like a lot of shows, if you look at them, will have like that serious episode they just kind of like slide in. There's still laughs and stuff, but it's like a really serious subject matter.
Yeah.
And I like those episodes to some degree, because it's just like, man, that was really cool to see these characters that are usually doing wacky stuff have like this serious conversation with each other. That's kind of what we did now. We're two wacky characters, but now we're like getting into it. Yeah.
Getting into it. Huh?
Getting into it, bro.
Yeah. Everybody close your ears.
Close your ears. Why can't you just say normal stuff, dude?
Because then that wouldn't be me.
We watched the Trailer Park Boys Christmas special, and I kept like comparing Alex to Ricky, just because like Ricky will say something like,
I'm not that special.
There's no strings contracted. Or it's like, I'm trying to get my thinks and thoughts in order, and I was like, that sounds like something Alex would say.
Yeah, it's just, things get jumbled up every once in a while.
My thinks and thoughts, and I can't always express, but you do that a lot where you can't express yourself. Like
Yeah.
earlier, you're talking about how much you like redheaded girls. And this is what he was saying. He was talking about, he meant their complexion, but all he kept saying on the couch was how much he loved their skin. And I'm just like, you sound like a serial killer right now.
But see, in my head, it's better because beforehand, I always say, this is not exactly what I want to say, but
Listen,
this is
Alex,
how I'm saying it because it's the only way I can think right
when
now.
you go on a date with a redheaded girl,
Hey,
don't say, I like your skin. Hey, girl, I like your skin. Because then she's going to spray you with mace and
what
run
I'm trying
away.
to say is I like a complexion that is, softer skin, and like a pale sounds really bad too, but like that
Porcelain.
yeah. And redheaded women
ivory.
tend to have more of that ivory skin.
Yeah, freckles.
Which is weird because I used to be like into really tan chicks, but now I'm like total opposite.
All women are beautiful, man.
I mean, yeah, yep.
Me personally,
He likes them dark.
I'm more of a
Ebony. Ebony and ivory.
My history has shown that I do tend to go for the darker shades. That sounds bad.
I don't think there's any good way to say this.
Yeah, it's not like a fetishization. It's not like it's not even really a preference. It's just like those are the girls I attract. Honestly, not even that I'm attracted to. It's like the girls I attract. I don't know what kind of vibe I put out there, but for some,
for me, I'm not being racist or anything, but that's Latina women for me. They're the ones that come to me the most, and I'm just like, I don't like on Tinder. I'll like swipe on a Latina chick, and I'll be like, she's going to like match with me because like I could just tell.
Yeah, and
they always do, and I'm just like, I don't.
I'm the same way. It's like I don't get this vibe I'm putting out there, but like, hey, it's cool with me.
But Latina chicks, yeah.
I think that's a lot of stuff with dating is like there's like this uncontrollable vibe you put out there that's just the kind of girls that are attracted to you. You good, Alex?
Yeah, I just feel like my vibe's been off lately.
Check his vibes, bro. You need a vibe check?
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you.
I don't think that's a vibe check.
That's a vibe check.
How do you check vibes?
I don't know. You should Google it.
See, the problem is like everybody just wants to talk online, and I'm just like not about that. I'd rather just meet in person real quick.
See, that is your problem. You try to meet too fast. But, like, listen from the girl's point of view. They want to talk to you for a while because they don't want to get freaking murdered.
Right, I get that. So I'm always like, let's meet in a public place, a coffee shop that's a relaxing vibe. But there's a lot of people there.
Nowadays, even doing that, they could still get, like, human trafficked or something.
Yeah.
That's kind of the sad thing about the world we live in, especially if you're a woman, is the fact that, like...
But they want to, like, get to know you over text, and it's just, like, doesn't work for me. Because like I always say things in a certain way, but like that's not what I mean. It's like we were just talking about, just like the skin, like I can't explain.
You showed me like your DMs, and it's like all of you just talking about like I just really love your skin. Can I feel your skin? It's like no wonder she didn't want to meet up with you.
No, it's not that.
You're
bad.
Freaking Buffalo Bill over here.
No, pretty much my go-to line right out the bat is, "Hey, like,
what's your favorite color?"
I think that we should go grab coffee, and that's like you're really cute or something, and I'd love to take you out for coffee, and that's about it.
Why's it gotta be coffee? You don't even drink coffee.
I do drink coffee. I love coffee.
No, you don't.
I really do. I don't drink like black coffee most of the time, but
whoa,
like I'll go to
whoa. What's your problem?
I like Starbucks and like other random coffee shops.
No, you're good.
I'm more of an iced coffee guy.
A nice iced coffee, yeah. But yeah, I think you just need to be more patient. Like I said, I'm not going to go after women for a while, but you know, my track record shows like in a month I'll probably be back on Tinder or something. And,
yeah.
And then I'll be talking to you guys about like, oh, just this girl I started hanging out with. And
the other weird thing about you is you talk to all your exes.
Yeah, I try to like end things on good terms. What?
That doesn't work.
Yeah, I do kind of worry about that because I'm genuinely like 100% just like, hey, let's just be friends. But I always get this vibe from some of them where it's just like, yeah, we can just be friends, but maybe you want to no, I don't. I'm not that kind of person.
I mean, at least it's there if you want it.
No.
I wish I had that right now. Jeez.
Maybe we can like Freaky Friday and switch like bodies.
But I'm not into the women you're into.
Dang, bro.
It's just my preference.
All right, that's about 40 minutes, and considering
That's where we're ending.
yeah, considering
Merry Christmas, y'all.
can I do the wrap up before we do the Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go on.
I know. That just sounded way too hostile, and I feel bad for it. All right, we're about 40 minutes, and I think for the two of us, that's about a wrap on the episode. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening, to our 12 people that listen.
Penis.
That's gonna get caught on the audio. I could just trim that out.
There's a few other ones I left in there.
Thanks. I find them, by the way.
Oh, do you really?
Yes. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot. It'd mean even more if you left a comment just telling us how much you hate us or how much you love
Yeah,
us.
say whatever you want about us. Just
Yeah.
leave a dang
Leave
comment.
a
We've never
comment.
gotten a comment
We
that
have
wasn't
got-
our own.
Yeah.
There may be one.
You've got like this on the furry video. Someone commented,
Oh, yeah.
all furries should die," and I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's a little harsh.
Like, I want like a legit comment. You
Yeah,
know?
like a comment like "You guys are funny" or "Alex is annoying" or "Michael talks too much." Something just like
Something.
leave a criticism. Tell us we suck. Tell us a problem.
Or tell us we're beautiful.
Tell us we're beautiful. I'm beautiful
Encourage
on the
us.
inside.
We'll
My
encourage you.
outside's disgusting.
That's not true, but okay.
Thanks, Alex. All right, that's it. Merry Christmas, Happy
And,
Holidays,
Happy New Year.
and a Happy New
We could do a podcast on New Year's Eve while the countdown's happening and have a podcast that goes from this year to next year. And we'd be like, it's this, you know?
This has been 3 guys.
Yeah.
Apart.